This here is a full-on D-segment sedan that you can get within the price range of a C-segment car. Has it got your attention yet? Introducing the Kia Optima EX. This car review episode is powered by the all-new Petronas Premix 95 with ProDrive. It is probably one of the most underrated and often overlooked D-segment car in the market. You probably didn't know that it has just been facelifted, and you most probably didn't know that the EX doesn't stand for expensive, because this car costs only 140,000 ringgit. And you do get quite a lot of car as well. It was introduced by Kia Malaysia in March this year, sitting below the top of the range Kia Optima GT. With a price difference of 40,000 ringgit, you would think that this car comes with halogen headlights, steel rims and fabric seats. Well, you're right about the fabric seats. But this car comes with LED headlights, and in between them is the vertical intaglio grille, which is a more elegant tiger nose design as compared to the Optima GT. Along the side, you get 17-inch rims, slightly small, but I won't complain because it's more comfortable and it's cheaper to maintain. Now, this air vent over here, it is fake. But some might argue it looks like it came straight from a Bentley, so I'm okay with that. From the side profile, it is where you can tell that you are getting quite a lot of car. It is long and handsome. I especially like how this chrome strip that runs straight from the A-pillar all the way here. If this was a Japanese car, they would say, it is an inspiration from a Japanese katana sword. But since it's a Korean car, I would just say it's pure bling bling. I don't quite like this part though. It looks like there's a lot of lines crisscrossing each other, and it doesn't look like a very strong C-pillar design. To the back. These are LED combination tail lights. I like how the exhaust tip looks. It has even got rear diffuser. It looks quite imposing, don't you think? In here, sadly, you are greeted by fabric seats, which for me personally is a big no-no, especially for a D-segment car. It sort of cheapens the interior. Apart from that, it feels proper and roomy in here. The materials used in here are great as well. You get soft touch material on the entire door, across the dash, and the plastics for the buttons. Once you touch them, you know these buttons are going to last forever. It has got red backlightings as well, so it feels a bit sporty in here as well. Now guess what? You do get 5G wireless internet router in here as well.
Huh? Sure not.
Yeah, no, I was just joking. This was fitted by Kia Malaysia as a tracker, so just ignore this entire part. The steering wheel looks and feels great. It reminds me of a Volkswagen steering wheel, I don't know why. It comes with pedal shifters as well. They feel really nice. Now, the middle cluster. We live in an age of digital clusters, so these may feel a bit old school. But at least the multi-info display in the center looks nice. Now, moving on to the center, the 7-inch screen may look a bit too small, especially with all this huge housing that's around it. It has got a matte finish, touchscreen, and together with the graphic, it looks sort of Kindle-ish, if you get what I mean. What's great is that it comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it has got a round view monitor. But the visuals look a bit like it's from a Korean horror movie scene. But hey, to get a 360 surround view camera within this price range, I'm okay with that. Moving along, this is the part I was talking about. It looks very organized and very well built as well. Kia is quite generous in giving you charging ports. You get two 12-volt charging ports down here. I'm guessing one is for your phone and another one is for your dash cam. You get a USB charging port as well. Cup holders in the middle here. The gear lever is solid. I like that. I like the design as well. Decent size storage in the middle. Now, one thing I want to share with you is to know if a car manufacturer puts in that extra effort in making their product, you have a look at their car key. Check this out. This one here feels like it belongs to a very expensive car, and it's weighty as well. I love this. As you can see, it is really spacious back here. Just check out how much legroom and headroom I have. Just ignore the fabric seats because you do get premium touches here, such as this. Sunscreen for your rear passenger. This looks like the same thing I get from the 530e that I've been driving last week. Premium stuff this, I like. Now, you get air vent in the middle, so sadly no climate control settings. You get another 12-volt port back here, and a fast charging USB port as well. Very convenient this for your back passenger. Armrest with cup holders. Yeah, it is a nice place to be in back here. Boot space back here is actually massive. In fact, we came here today with all our production equipment and video editor in here. If you need it to be massiver, you can always release these and fold down the seats. Now, one thing we realized that we have not seen in any other car is this. It has got this fuel filler door manual release handle. That's pretty weird. And also, if you happen to lock yourself up in the boot on your own, you can always release yourself by pulling this lever. Now, it may sound all good and rosy about this car, but there are some things that I don't quite like about it. You can't unlock the car by just holding on to the handle. Instead, you have to press onto this to unlock and lock. The boot lid doesn't spring all the way up, so there is an extra step involved, which is annoying. Because it comes in fabric seats, I've been smelling someone else's sweat in here for the past 1 week. Yeah. The car plays a weird jingle every time you get into the car and every time you kill off the engine. It feels like you just walked into a Korean convenience store. 안녕하세요. Well, to be fair, here are some things that I quite like about it. The car welcomes you as you walk towards it by unfolding the mirrors. It makes me feel important, for once. It has got easy access seat function, which means every time you open up the door, the seat moves backwards for you to get out comfortably, and once you get back in and close the door, it moves back to the original seating position. Premium stuff this, like a Lexus. It comes with this plated organ-type accelerator pedal to give you that sporty feel. Unlike the top-of-the-range Optima GT, this car doesn't come with a turbocharged engine. So it has got a 2-litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with a 6-speed automatic gearbox. It makes 163 horsepower and 196 Nm of torque. Now, the Optima GT on the other hand gets a 2-litre turbocharged engine that makes 245 horsepower and 350 Nm of torque. Sounds very impressive, but I have no idea how it's like because I've not driven it before. Now, this car though, it looks a bit inadequate on papers, but is it though? To be really honest, it is not at all. I was a bit skeptical, probably like you guys. 2-litre engine without turbo in such a big car, it's gonna struggle. But no, not only the acceleration is smooth, it's able to give you that kick whenever you need it. There is one very interesting driving mode called Smart Mode, which is pretty smart. It is much like the adaptive mode in a BMW. It is able to switch between eco, comfort and sport depending on your driving style at that very moment. And it comes with a smart gauge as well, telling you whether you are doing a very economical drive on eco mode or you are being aggressive moving towards sport mode, which is really cool, and I've been driving on this mode almost every day. And it works, and it's quite responsive. This car rides really well, comfortable like how a D7 car should be. And if you were to push it towards sport mode, it is able to cope as well. Unless you are racing on the street, which you're not supposed to, there's never once that it actually felt slow. Well, maybe because of the age and the kind of car that I'm in. The D7 car is supposed to ride with a certain composure and poise, elegance. Now the weak link here though would be the gearbox. It is slightly slow to respond and it's not exactly fast in between gears. But if you are able to time it right, pre-engage the accelerator beforehand, then anticipate the car to respond, you will be a very happy man. And surprisingly, it sounds aggressive as well. Or you can actually drop a few gears using the pedal shifter, which is funny enough, very quick to respond. Here comes the big Korean butts. There are some things that are heavy, a bit too heavy for its own good. For example, the steering wheel. It has got that unnatural weight to it. I know it is to give you that sporty handling feel, but it's a tad too much. Throttle pedal, a bit too heavy as well. Yeah, it is to give you a more composed, more smooth progression in picking up speed, but it can get a bit tiring on the right foot. And then there is the brake pedal. I still can't quite modulate it well enough. Still trying to find that sweet spot, that biting point. So it's not that good. I'm not trying to say all these are bad though, because all this weight is meant to make you feel like you're driving a continental car, to make it a bit more solid, a bit more composed. But yeah, Korean cars have improved a lot as compared to before. They have come a long way. But it still does have that Korean car driving feel. But if they can actually make it feel a bit more natural, then it will be perfect. Now let's address the elephant that's not in the room. The segment market is actually shrinking. Nissan Tiana went through the chopping block, so Edaran Tanjung Motor is not offering the Tiana in the lineup anymore. The very impressive Toyota Camry comes as a CBU with a big price tag, and UMW Toyota Motors is not even gonna localize it. And then there is the Honda Accord, which is taking forever to come in. But with this price positioning and premium features offered, such as the easy access seat, the blinds for your rear passengers, 360-degree view surround cameras, and even comes with tire pressure monitoring system. Isn't this Kia Optima a steal? Yeah, it does come with a bit of drawbacks, but to really sum it up, it is quite an impressive car. You have to try it to know what I'm talking about. So for around the same price range, why would a successful young executive like you buy a C-segment Honda Civic or Honda CR-V and be like everyone else? Why not get this? And look at that part. Successful. Hashtag saya sudah berjaya. Hashtag size does matter. Hashtag D is better than C. Hashtag why get C when you can get D? So, is this car for you? Well, if you're already set to spend that C-segment sedan or SUV money and you don't mind and even appreciate that extra free upgrade of space, premium touches and even elevation to your image, then yes. But if you can't accept fabric seats and you are not into that kind of Korean car driving feel, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, then probably not. If you want to find out more about the Kia Optima EX, do log on to AutoBuzz.my. If you like our video, do give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the logo or the subscribe button below. And don't forget to click on the notification bell to get the latest updates whenever we upload a new video. This car review episode is powered by the all-new Petronas Premix 95 with ProDrive. Move like never before. Along the sides, you get 17-inch rims. Yeah, it's. With this price range, you get 360 view surround camera view system. What is it that I'm going to talk about? Okay, bye, Jen. 360 camera